Good morning, students. So today we are going to discuss about data reduction, which is the fourth form of data preprocessing. Okay, so we have already I've already explained to you all the previous three forms, that is data cleaning, data integration and data transformation. Okay, the fourth form is data. So we have also done different types of problems under all these three forms. So today we'll discuss data reduction. Now what is data reduction? It is a preprocessing technique that helps in obtaining a reduced representation of data set from available data set. I will repeat. Data reduction is a preprocessing technique that helps in obtaining reduced representation of data set from available data set. Say for example, if we have say terabyte or a exabyte of data, it is reduced to 1 GB of data, okay, using data reduction, different data reduction techniques. Okay, but you have to make sure that after reducing, whatever you get should be that should produce same analytical result whatever the original data was producing. Okay, and whatever information is or whatever information you get here, okay, or say whatever information you're getting from the original data, you should also get the same information from the reduced data. That means integrity of the original data should be maintained. Okay, your information here should remain intact even after reducing in data volume. Next, so this is what is data reduction is. Now we will see the different strategies for these are the different strategies for data reduction. The first strategy is data cube aggregation. Now aggregation means combining, right? Now what is this data cube aggregation? It is a process in which information is gathered and expressed in summary form. Okay, information is gathered and it is expressed in summary form or stored in the form of a data cube. Okay, so stored in the form of a data cube, which is a multi-dimensional form. So say we have two tables year wise. This is so for year 2017 we have say for the first quarter we have sales of 500 and for the second quarter we have a sales of 300. Okay, so this is half yearly data. Then for the year 2018 we have for the first quarter sales as 600 and for the second quarter we have sales of 100. Okay, this is also half yearly data. So what we do, this is before aggregation. So after aggregation we aggregate this data and we get a column called as year. So year wise we aggregate. For the year 2017 we get the sales of 800, 500 plus 300, and for the year 2018 we get the sales of 700. Okay, so these two things are aggregated into one. Okay, or say we aggregate into something called as a data cube, which is multidimensional. Okay, and using this data cube it becomes easy to access the data or say retrieve relevant information. Okay, with this it is easy to access the data and retrieve the relevant information. So this is what we have in data cube aggregation. So next we will see dimension reduction. The second strategy is dimension reduction. So here what happens is your irrelevant or weakly relevant or redundant attributes or dimensions may be detected. Okay, they are detected here and removed. So we will take an example. This example I have already explained of say a table having say employee ID, date of birth and age. Now we know that using date of birth we can calculate the age. So age becomes the redundant attribute. So such attributes are removed. So such attributes are first detected and they are removed. So that is dimension reduction. Dimension means the attributes. Okay, so that is the second strategy. The third strategy is data compression. Okay, so in data compression, what happens is here redundant attributes. See, data reduction means you are reducing it to the smaller volume. Okay, so all these methods are, say, either attributes are removed or they are compressed. Okay, so in data compression, what happens is here redundant attributes are detected and removed, which reduce the data size. I'll repeat. In data compression, redundant attributes are detected and they are removed, which reduce the data set size. Okay, so here we have the same example, date of birth and age example. Okay, so here we have two types of data, lossy data and lossless data. Now what is this lossy data? It reduces a file by permanently eliminating certain information, okay, especially redundant information. So in lossy, what happens? We detect some attributes which are redundant and then we remove them permanently. So in the previous example, we remove the age permanently. So we have original data and we have compressed data. And if we try to uncompress the data, I will not get the age again because it is permanently reduced in the case of lossy data. Second type is lossless data. In lossless data, what happens is original data can be recovered when the file is uncompressed. Okay, so what happens here is the original data is compressed into compressed data, and when you get back, that is you uncompress it. Okay, so when you uncompress it, you will get the original data back. Okay, so that is what data compression is. Now we have different types of data, different techniques under data compression. Okay, like the first technique is principal component analysis and the second technique is wavelength transform. So these two techniques are data compression techniques. So now we'll move on to the next, the fourth data reduction technique. Okay, that is the numericity reduction. Now what is numericity reduction is the other techniques which are applied to reduce data volume by choosing alternative, say smaller forms of data representation. Okay, I'll repeat. There are techniques which are applied to reduce the data volume by choosing alternative smaller forms of data representation. Okay, so they can be parametric. So numericity reduction can be parametric or non-parametric. Now we'll see what are these parametric models. So these parametric models store only model parameters instead of actual data. So in parametric models, we have only model, we store only model parameters and not the actual data. But in non-parametric, what happens? They store actual data. Okay, so they don't store only parameters, they store the actual data. The non-parametric methods are like clustering, sampling, etc. Okay, so now this is what we have in parametric and non-parametric models. So some numericity reduction techniques are, say, first histogram. So histogram is a numericity reduction technique which uses binning to approximate data distributions and a popular form of data reduction. So this is the first technique. The second techniques are regression and log linear models. Okay, this regression and log linear models are mostly used to approximate given data. So this is what we have in numericity reduction. Then the last one, that is discretization and concept hierarchy generation. Now what is this discretization? Discretization techniques can be used to reduce the number of values for a given continuous attribute by dividing range of attributes into intervals. I will repeat. Discretization techniques can be used to reduce number of values for a given continuous attribute. Okay, number of values for a given continuous attribute by dividing a range of attributes into intervals. So this is what discretization is. So here what happens is data values for attributes are replaced by ranges or higher conceptual levels. Okay. Next we have concept hierarchy generation. Now what is this concept hierarchy? So concept hierarchy defines a sequence of mapping from a set of low level concepts to high level or higher level or more general concepts. Now what is this is? Concept hierarchy allows mining of data at multiple levels of abstraction, and they are the powerful tools for data mining. For example, say concept hierarchies are mostly used to reduce data by replacing low level concepts. Like say we have a age is a attribute, right? So age is your low level concept, okay, which is reduced, okay, by high level concepts, that is, or reduced to high level concept, that is like young, middle age or senior. Okay, these are the high level concepts. So age, which is your low level, is being reduced to your high level concept. This is one example of age. The second example is concept hierarchy for attribute price. So you can see this diagram. Okay. So we have as a root node $0 to $1000, okay, which is a low level concept, which is being reduced to the higher level concepts. Okay, so this has been reduced according to the ranges. So you have 0 to 200, 200 to 400, 400 to 600, 600 to 800, 800 to 1000. So your low level concept is been reduced to ranges, and further 0 to 200 is further reduced. Okay, so this all becomes the high level concept. So this is what concept hierarchy is. This is how we reduce the data. Okay, so this is what we have in data reduction. Okay, so I have already finished with data reduction and forms of data preprocessing. So we know what is data cleaning and which methods are used to do data cleaning. Then we know what is data integration. Okay, what we get after data integration, then what is data transformation, how the ranges of data or the big values are reduced to smaller values, and then what we have discussed today, that is data integration, where the big data sets are being reduced to smaller data sets using different strategies. Okay, so this is what we have in forms of data preprocessing. Thank you.